Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dory and today I will show you what I took with me to New Zealand. So first of all, this is what's in my bag. I'm using the Osprey Cirrus 50, so it's a 50-liter bag. I chose this bag because it's similar to the Osprey Exos, but it has hip belt pockets. It has a few more features, such as you can attach a lot of things to it. It has a good sized brain and also the front pocket. And 50 liters for me is the perfect amount of space for my equipment. So that's the bag. For tent, I'm using the Terra Nova Laser Competition. It's a 1.5 person tent, but it has plenty of space if you're one person, plus a bag. It has a vestibule outside where you can cook. It's a double wall tent and it's a 3-season tent. It weighs 940 grams and it is my favorite tent so far. I like to have my tent dry on the bottom so I can pack it away a little bit cleaner. So I have a ground sheet, and my ground sheet is also a poncho. It acts like a blanket or like a tarp. So it has these holes in it. I'll put like a picture somewhere on the screen, and so you can see it also acts as a poncho, covering everything. So it's like my emergency rain jacket as well. My sleeping bag is a Millet 800 XP down sleeping bag. It weighs about 800 grams and it's very lightweight. -1 is like the comfort level. And the sleeping pad, I've got my Thermarest Neo Air. I am very happy with that as well. It's got a insulated layer. Yeah, it's always kept me warm. It's got enough space. After so many years, no punctures, no nothing. I'm so happy with it. I would buy the same again. For pack liner, I just bought this cheap pack liner mainly because it was gonna rain a lot when I was going hiking and I just wanted to be safe. In the future I would pack a very lightweight pack liner, or even consider buying a waterproof bag. Alright, so next up we've got cooking gear, electronics and toiletries. So first of all, cooking gear. Let me tell you, whenever I take a break, I have this seat pad. It's a really cheap one, but it does the job. So it actually makes sure that you sit comfortably every time, or when it's wet, it's really useful. So they're really cheap, like $5, and it's well worth the wait. It's like 35 grams. Also, if you want to know the weight exactly of anything that I mentioned in this video, in the description box below there will be a link to my lighter pack gear list. It has all the exact weights, plus it has links to the different websites where you can get more information. I have used a 360 Furno stove and cook pot for my New Zealand trip, mainly because these are the most common to get in Australia. And they're the lightest you can get here in the department stores. So if I had more time, I would probably buy a titanium pot, but this is the best I could get at the moment for the weight. I like these little lids because it can act as a cup. So when I make my dinner, I usually have a soup in there while I wait for my dinner to hydrate. Inside there, usually I fit in a 230 gram fuel canister, so a gas fuel. And then I've got this little goodie bag, and it has all my cooking equipment in it. So I've got a lighter, I've got a stove. So as mentioned, this is a 360-degree stove as well. It's 99 grams, so it is definitely a lot heavier than what's on the market for lightweight equipment. So I would definitely purchase one that's 25 grams at the moment. I'll put a link in the description below, but this is what I took with me for this trip. Got a pocket knife, so my Opinel pocket knife. I've got it for many years. Never let me down. It's very good and lightweight. And then I've got my aqua tabs to filter the water. So I don't use a Sawyer water filter. I prefer these because they're very lightweight and they don't take up much space. And then last but not least, I've got my spork. So that fits in this little bag. It's also a lightweight bag. It's actually an Emirates toilet bag, but it's one of the lighter weights and it keeps the equipment from ripping other stuff, because sometimes you have sharp edges. For food, I use a dry bag. This is a 20-liter Nature Hike dry bag and it fits all my food. All right, that's it for cooking. Let's have a look at the toiletries now. So I've got a little first aid kit. It has like band-aids, some painkillers and other medicine. I've got floss, I've got deodorant, which is not really a first aid kit, but I just keep it separate. Nail clippers, tweezers, and some cream for sore muscles. I've got a knee brace, which I sometimes wear, sometimes not. It depends whether my knee hurts or not. I don't have a knee issue, but I find it helps me when I go up or downhill, and when I have to do long stretches of hiking. It really gives me support. This is a lightweight one, so it's very stretchy and it doesn't take up much space or weight. Something you need to have if you have an injury or if you want to prevent an injury. If you start having pains, I like to have Leukotape and tape it. It also acts as duct tape. Next time I would definitely bring only half the roll, but I would also use my trekking poles as I did like this. So then I've got a normal bag with, you know, all the goodies like chapstick. I've got moisturizer, and then most importantly, toothbrush and toothpaste, of course. I use a 40-gram toothpaste, which you can find in the supermarket, and it lasted me a month. We've got some insect repellents. For New Zealand, there's some very organic stuff available that will keep the sandflies away. So this is the next best thing, Bushman 80% DEET. I'm not a fan of DEET, but if you dealing with sandflies, trust me, you want something strong. And yeah, this did the job, so it's good. Also sunscreen, so I use factor 50. And then I'm very proud of this, is my little hairbrush. I actually dismantled it from my normal hairbrush. It weighs 8 grams and it does the job. It's amazing. Like this is one of my best inventions for hiking. I've got a towel from Decathlon. It's nothing special, but it's one of those fast drying towels. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I will take a towel with me again. A lot of people ask me, oh, you still carry a towel, why? So I don't know. What is your opinion? Please tell me. Most important thing of toiletries is toilet paper. I usually roll it up. Don't take this little roll with me. Yeah, so that's it for toiletries. Let's have a look at the electronics. Right, let's go over electronics. So I cleared all the other stuff away, and let's go from right to left, or yours left to right, I don't know. So I've got 2 cables for my phone and for my portable charger. So this portable charger is in Orico. It has 10,000 milliamp and it charges my phone about 3.5 times. My phone is in a Samsung Galaxy S10. I use that as my main camera and I'm filming on that right now as well. But yeah, it has 3.5 charges on this. It wasn't enough, so I would definitely go for a 20,000 mil battery pack next time, such as an Anchor one, because they're very lightweight. Also one charger, just USB connected, so you can charge it in town. And I put everything in a little plastic bag here. Then I've got my GoPro camera. It's actually a fake GoPro from Aldi, or as I should say, it's an action camera from Aldi. It does 4K video and I used it for when it was raining or when it was like a little bit tricky to film, or you know, going over the bridge and I was a bit scared and I just wanted to film it because of my reaction. I think I would buy a professional GoPro for next hike. Obviously I've been saying a lot that I want this for next hike, and I will do a separate video of things that I would love to have on my hikes, because it's very important to also know that, well, I'm on a budget. I don't really get sponsored by any of the gear companies, and it costs a lot of money if you want all the gear that you need but there's also a way to do it on a budget. Without elaborating on it too much, I will do a separate video on how to actually buy hiking gear on a budget. Yeah, so we've got the cameras, we've got the battery pack, we've got the cables. Then I've got my little emergency device, which is the Garmin InReach Mini. It weighs 99 grams, and honestly, it's one of the best things I bought so far on my hikes. This device is actually, it's a two-way communication device, and also it acts as an emergency beacon, so it has an SOS button. It works on subscription, but it also it's a navigation device as well. For when it rains, when I use my camera, my phone camera, I have this little rain pouch, as they say it, so I can hang it around my neck, put my phone in it, and it will stay dry. It's completely waterproof. It cost me like $5 or $10 from Amazon, and it definitely does a job. I'm so happy I found this, by the way, because I need it. I had one phone die on me once on a hike, and I don't want to repeat that ever again. And then we've got this big box over here. What could it be? Yes, I carried a drone with me. This is the Mavic Pro 2. And guess what? It weighs 3 kilos. It takes up half my bag, but was it worth it? Yes, totally. This is what it looks like. Like, it's such a beautiful drone. It doesn't weigh that much. The unfortunate thing, however, is that in New Zealand, you are not allowed to use drones in the national parks. So yes, I took my friend with me, and we had a lot of fun, but I didn't have any footage, or not much footage, from the trails. You sure don't want to be carrying it when you can't use it. Anyway, so I got this one. There's a remote that comes with it, and I had 2 spare batteries with it. So in total, every battery lasted half an hour of flight time, which is a lot. And these are one of the better ones on the market, like, if not the best one. Especially for hiking, it's lightweight. It's like super camera, like, it's super steady. It's got its own gimbal and everything. So that's it for electronics. Let's get this stuff out of the way. All right, next up, so we're gonna go over the clothes that I brought. First of all, I have been wearing my Kathmandu Active Series t-shirt. I love this t-shirt, and it's the best. It dries so quick. It's so comfortable, and it doesn't smell. It's not merino wool, but I like it. And I've got my cape pants from Anaconda. So these are kind of cheapish. All right, I like these pants because it's got UV protection. And most importantly for me, it's got a side pocket. So my phone fits in here, and a map as well. So I really like it. It's very convenient and very easy. It's very lightweight too. It's like, and then I've got my sock liners. So I've got merino wool liners. I use them to prevent blisters, and so far so good. Touch wood. So merino wool liners and just a pair of merino wool socks. Yeah, there we go. So that's what I'm wearing. Also my hat. This is a very cheap hat from Decathlon. It's Kalenji brand. It's a runner's hat, but oh my god, it's so lightweight. It's got UV protection, and it dries up so quick, and it's like so light. So I really like it, and I think I paid like $10 or $15 for it. So very good. All right. Next up, I've got one spare pair of socks, and one pair for the evenings for when it's cold. I like to keep my feet warm, and my head as well, because that's the first places where you lose your heat. So yeah, there we go. So we've got one pair of socks for the evening, my underwear, and then I've got a merino wool hat also to wear at night, or when it gets really cold in the morning, you know. It's very lightweight. I think it's 35 grams or something like that. And then I've got my buff for extra protection from the cold, but also you can do so many things with a buff. This is one of my favorite pieces of gear, and I would never want to hike without. Like, this is amazing, so versatile. And I've got one pair of shorts. just when it's so hot, or for the evenings. A spare t-shirt, mostly it's a camp t-shirt because the other one just doesn't really get dirty. I've got one fleece, which is enough. One fleece is enough. Got my thermals, so I've got merino wool thermals, long pants and long sleeve t-shirts, and that's what I sleep in. And then I've got my rain gear, which is my rain pants. It's again Decathlon, a trail runner pants. And this is the best rain pants that I've ever bought. And I've had a lot of rain gear. This is so breathable because it's made for runners, and it's super light. It weighs 180 grams and it's like super light. I can hike in it all day and I won't get wet legs or anything because it's so breathable. So yeah, anyway, keeps me dry too, most importantly, right? And I've got a rain jacket. This is a new one for New Zealand. I wanted a really good rain jacket because in New Zealand, well, it rains a lot, so I wanted to be prepared. And I've got this Rab rain jacket, storm jacket. It's lightweight, as in like it's about 400 grams, so it's not that light, but it's very warm and it acts like an extra layer as well. So there we go. I've got another jacket which is 200 grams, and that is probably one of the better jackets out there. I will do a separate video on rain gear as well, so just bear with me. I'm working on it. And then lastly, for my clothes section, we've got a down jacket. So as I said before, I have this down jacket. It's a MacPack down jacket and it is seriously warm. It weighs 250 grams and it costs as much money. But wow, oh my god, it's the best jacket I've ever had. If I had to choose between this one and the fleece, I would definitely go for this one. It's lighter and it's warmer. So the only thing is with down jackets, they can't get wet. So just bear in mind. Let's get this out of the way and go to the last section, which is footwear and accessories. All right, guys. So I got all the clothes out of the way and let's just have a look at my footwear. First of all, I have trail runners and not boots. Why? I think that's a question for another video, but short answer is because I always used to get tendonitis, and with trail runners I don't. I always used to get blisters. With trail runners I don't. And these are very good. Like, these are the Salomon X Radiant Gore-Tex shoes. So they're fully waterproof, and honestly they're fast drying because I went into reverse with it as well. They're fast drying, they're really grippy. They have the contra grip sole, so it's kind of like the Vibram brand. And as you can see, it's all worn down because I've hiked a lot with them. But after about 800 kilometers, it's still looking good. So yeah, very happy with them. They're male shoes, but I kind of chosen them because they have a wide toe box, and I kind of like it because your feet have a little bit more space. Right, for camp shoes, I don't know, I have Havaianas. I don't like the weight of these. This might sound silly, but they kind of weigh pretty heavy for camp shoes. So I'm looking for an alternative. If you know anything, please let me know. Then let's have a look at accessories. So for sun protection, I've got my sunglasses and I like to keep it in a protective box. Reason being, there's nothing worse than having scratched sunnies. And then I've got my torch. This is a cheapie from Decathlon. It cost me about, I don't know, 10 bucks. But it's so good. I actually went on a night hike with it as well, and yeah, it served me well. The only downside is that it only has the white light, so if you want a red light lamp, you need to get something else, but it does the job, guys, so you don't have to spend lots of money. And then I've got my mosquito protection. You can attach it to your backpack. It's really easy, really handy, if it works. So I didn't have any idea if it worked or not in New Zealand because I ended up using DEET anyway. last item on my list is actually a pouch. It's a waterproof pouch that I use in town, you know, just as a purse, but it has all my belongings like passport, credit cards, money, and anything else that can't get wet. And that's it. And I think those of you who know me know that I probably forgot something, so I will add this after the video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and really thumbs up. Thank you for listening. And please like this video, and if you like this content, please subscribe because I have lots more coming. Tune out, stay safe, and good night.